こんにちはみんな。Baka Centro no podcast no yokoso. That is the most fucking cringe intro I have ever done in my life. This is welcome to the Baka Central podcast, people. My name is Hypernoodles, also known as Shiv, and today I'm joined with some very familiar faces that you would know if you did watch the previous episodes. So do please check out the episodes 1 and 2 that are on the channel as well. So today we have Kenneth, also known as Zaddy Ken. Just kidding, he's not. And of course we're joined by Toby as well, also known as Lyric Legend, Chriselle from VK Cos, and our special guest who's going to introduce themselves now.
Hello, my name's ZaddyMatt. I had the name first, sorry Kenneth. You can just call me Matt, obviously, but yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Cool. So, of course, as usual, the way we all know Matt is through mutual contact / mutual friend interactions. For me, first time I met Matt was at my New Year's party.
It's pretty good. It's pretty lit.
Hey, listen, okay. If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Messy.
That's all I'm saying. Some man knew it was going to be so messy that they had to take a coach from London to come up to Milton Keynes. That's how they knew it was going to be a messy one. So anyway, today the entire topic is going to be about anime and music, which we'll get into further on into the episode. But first, we have to talk about what's in our queued up list right now and what we've been into. So who wants to go first? Who wants to expose what they've been watching first?
I think we should have a guest first.
Yeah, of course. Matt, tell us what's on your queue, whether it be hentai or anime, either or.
Also tell us your favourite. Yeah?
Oh, of course.
I don't know, I guess I just finished both seasons of Kakaguri in about one day, so that was unhealthy watching session.
We commend that sort of behaviour on this podcast.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I've been absolutely binging stuff because there's been absolutely nothing to do other than play games endlessly. But I don't know. Yeah, so just finished Kakaguri, both seasons. I'm rewatching all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood again as well. Always fun. Other than that, just waiting for Haikyuu, to be honest. Just waiting for it to come back. I miss it so much.
The pain is so
got a long time
real.
to wait, man.
The pain is so fucking real. How about we move on to Kenneth? What's on your screens at the current moment?
Well, I haven't really been watching too much, but I am planning to watch Steins Gate. I've just watched the first 2 episodes of Love is War Season 2. It's okay, nothing too crazy, just kind of casual slice of life / romance anime.
Of course.
But that's really it. Yeah, from this current anime season, there's not really been too much that I've been interested in.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. Let's jump over to Toby, now also known as Lyric Legend. You can find his channel in the description below. What you've been reading, Toby? Since we know you're a avid manga enthusiast.
Reader.
Oh yeah, reader. I think that's more accurate.
Unfortunately, the world of manga has hit its peak, so I haven't really got I haven't really gotten a lot to read at the moment. But just kind of forced me to watch manga, unfortunately. But I've already started with Adventure. What's the name? Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, and I might as well finish that. So that's what I'm gonna probably be doing from now on. Because I can't really read any more mangas. I have to kind of, read online or something like that, which is annoying. Yeah. But yeah, that's what it is.
Are you watching? So you're watching it, yeah?
Yeah. I'll have to watch Bizarre.
Hold on. Wait.
Watching that name? Yeah.
Toby's watching an anime. This is unheard of.
That's very rare.
This is extremely unheard of. This man only picks up books and digital e-readers. This man never watches any moving pictures.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Who?
It's by force, man.
Jack.
It's way out of my control.
Sorry, what were you saying, Toby?
It's by force at this point in time.
Yeah.
First the corona, can't leave from home. now it's manga rock rip, and I can't do anything about that. So controls, whatever manga anime piece there is, it's hard, but I'll pull through.
Yeah, of course, as the sad news that Toby just mentioned, to a fallen brethren of manga rock, once stood as a strong pillar of the illegal manga community, has now fallen. So we do take our hats off to pay solidarity and tribute to what was once the greatest illegal manga client of all time. And moving on from there, Chriselle, what have you been watching?
Hi. Well, from last time that I was here, I did say I was watching JoJo. I now have been watching part 4 of the amazing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, The Unbreakable Diamond, and I love it. I'm literally like, it's just so amazing, like gobsmacked. But yeah, other than that, I've also just finished Beastars as well. It's a bit weird, but yeah, it's really good though. But there's a lot of unexpected things in it, and I do recommend you guys watch it. And lastly, I've also been continuing to watch on Haikyuu as well. Moving on to season 3 now.
Welcome to the club.
So,
Nice.
Welcome to the club.
What do you think of it so far?
I like it. Okay, I like it. It's just good.
What's your favorite character so far?
I don't know.
There's only one option. There's only one answer.
No.
Really
There's
good.
multiple. Come on, man. Rolling Thunder.
There we go. That's it. Done.
Okay, not gonna lie. I like 2 characters.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a basic bitch. I do like Hinata and
Hey,
the
I
captain.
Agreed.
The captain.
He's just
I like the
likable.
captain.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's really good.
The captain kind of seems like your typical, like, the guy, the all-rounder of the school. Like he's good at
dependable,
sports.
yeah.
He's probably good at academics as well. Everyone kind of doesn't. He doesn't have any beef with anyone, but at the same time, he's like not one of the unpopular kids. So he's just like this well-rounded human being. That's the best way I can kind of mention it.
Yeah, I feel like he's like the backbone. I mean, he is the captain after all, isn't he? So, but yeah. That's
He pulls as well.
what I've been watching, really.
Okay.
Can't watch too many at the same time because I'm not that. I don't have multiple eyes.
As you can see, Chriselle clearly needs some more training in terms of watching anime.
Come on, I'm getting old here, guys. I'm getting old.
We say we're old, but damn, all the old people dying to COVID. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so okay, so in terms for me, pretty much two main series that I've been watching / reading. Last week or last episode, I pretty much was talking about how I'd just gotten into Domestic Girlfriend. So I'd finished Domestic Girlfriend, absolutely loved the anime, but more than the anime, I'm fully up to date with the manga, and I 100% believe that the manga is way better than the anime, and the story is so fucking compelling. It's a bit of a mindfuck, but it's one of the few sort of slice of life / drama animes that's actually got me like at the edge of my seat. It's not like that huge action factor, but it's just like the number of fucking hairpin turns that the story takes. It's fucking insane. Apart from that, I just recently finished watching Fruit Basket, which there's a video on the channel about my thoughts on that, so you guys can definitely check it out there. Nice short 6-minute video because we don't care about monetization. So yeah, pretty much Fruit Basket, I have a lot of mixed thoughts, haha, just like a fruit basket. But it's overall it's just a really enjoyable anime for me, and kind of since season 2 is airing now, that's the main thing that I'm looking forward to. Okay, so
something tells me that the main reason you like the manga more is it's much less safe for work, huh?
Hey, listen. Okay, let me be.
I didn't think that's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Just got exposed.
Let me be honest with you.
You just got exposed.
The anime is equally not safe for work, but it depends where you watch it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And yes, you know, there are a lot of titties in the manga. I'm not complaining. I don't think anyone in their right mind would be, but we all know we read the manga for the plot. But yeah, it's surprisingly not as censored as a lot of people think, and it's one of the first animes that I've personally seen that has open use of drugs in it. So maybe that shows you my lack of exposure to different animes and mangas, but at the same time I was like, yo, this bitch doing a line of cocaine right now, goddamn. So yeah, pretty much that's my entire experience with Domestic Girlfriend right now. Okay. So apart from that, anything that you guys are excited to watch, considering we just transitioned into the new season? How about we start with our guest Matt again?
Of course. From the new season of anime, actually no, I do need to do some catching up. I used to get slated whenever I used to speak to people about anime because I haven't watched Naruto, haven't watched Dragon Ball, I haven't watched One Piece.
Such a letdown.
But
You watch Fairy Tail, that's all that matters.
But I have watched all of Fairy Tail, so
Is that it?
The most important one.
no, I've watched more than that. But yeah, like to begin with, I watched Pokemon obviously because that was on TV all the time, and I watched Bakugan. If you know about Bakugan, you know.
Bakugan!
Yes.
If you know about Bakugan, you know.
Clearly a
I'm
lot.
so excited.
I'm very, very excited over the
Classic.
Bakugan.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
obviously the new series sucks. I'm not touching it. It's way too
Agreed.
It's a
Peggy 3.
forgotten
I can't
memory.
stand it.
All I'm saying
Bakugan,
is,
insane.
all I'm saying is Bakugan is cool and all, but
Don't say Beyblade.
the real
Don't say
OGs
Beyblade.
came from Beyblade.
Hey.
Oh my.
Alright.
yes.
I
This
see.
again.
Yeah.
I see you.
Okay, Bakugan is cool.
Beyblade
We
was
got no
nice.
beef with Bakugan, but just Bakugan got to know like their place.
Yeah, man. Nah, miss me.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Beyblade. Beyblade was mad.
Beyblade was where it is at.
Beyblade was for set 8
Yeah.
kids, man. Who actually had no strategy. All they knew how to do was just toss a little spinning.
Are you gonna say
Hey, yo,
ball, huh?
hey, yo.
Because
Clearly
Bakugan
never
is
seen
worse.
that.
I can't even speak.
One of the
vexed.
best things I heard someone say was, "Man, you like Beyblade if you were ADHD, nigga, for real." And I can't even lie, that's kind of fact
Yeah.
still, because all you had to do is pull that shit
Low-key,
mad
low-key.
hard.
I'm pretty sure that was me.
Oh yeah,
I can't
oh
lie,
shit,
said
it was
that.
you.
Hey, we're not beefing, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my. Yeah, we ain't beefing.
All right, let's get back on topic.
Exactly.
Yeah, back on
So,
topic. Yeah, I don't know.
animes you plan to watch.
Yeah, Matthew,
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
fuck around and start One Piece. I've got time this quarantine.
Okay. Yeah. I
need to-
can get
okay.
behind that.
Yeah.
Okay, One Piece. I might actually start watching Dragon Ball because apparently the new series is coming.
Yes, but you've got to.
Berserk. I need to finish the manga. I got to like
Ah.
chapter 197 and just stopped. And then
Shut the
I
fuck
watch
up.
them all.
I heard
I watch
that.
them all. I watch
Shut
them all.
No,
the
Naruto's
fuck up.
better.
Yes, thank you.
But I'm never
Kushal.
watching Naruto. I'm never watching Naruto.
Why?
Nah.
I'm not a normie.
Hey, excuse
Come
me.
on, Matt. Hey, give it a go.
I watched Fairy
Okay,
Tail,
right.
so I don't need to watch Naruto.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a second.
Whoa.
Alright.
Whoa. Let's just.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just really quickly before we move on the topic of Naruto, there's currently a bet running between me and Kushal on who can pretty much win in a 1v1 on Shinobi
Yeah.
Striker. I've set the odds that if I am to lose, Kushal can cosplay me as anyone she likes. And by the looks of it, it's going to be Tsunade.
Yes.
So if I do lose, definitely expect a video where Kushal transforms me into Big Milko Tsunade. on
Your
this channel.
milkshake will get all the boys to your
Oh,
yard,
God.
you know that. Yeah.
Listen, hold on. Let's just
Miss me, man. Miss me.
reel it back. If anything, I want my milkshake to bring all the girls
Alright.
to the yard. Okay, that's all.
Fair enough.
Listen. That's if they about it, they about it. Sure. Okay, say
Yeah,
no.
sometimes you don't get to choose.
Good
one, right?
luck.
All right, Matt. Did you finish your list?
Yeah. Other than that, like I'll just rewatch like Cowboy Bebop again. I
Yay,
love that show.
classic.
Yeah. OG.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Not too bad.
What about you, Kenneth?
Just add Naruto in there, and your list
Yeah.
is perfect.
Yeah.
Uh, Right.
Maybe
Similar
next
to
year.
Matthew. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not go.
Similar to Matthew, I'm gonna get back on One Piece. I'm currently in the Doflamingo arc, so like 200 episodes behind the latest one.
Like everyone knows what that is.
Question
Hey,
mark.
well, if you know, then you know. Exactly.
Okay. Say no more.
Yeah, so 200 episodes behind. Gonna watch Steins Gate soon. I've been told by Matthew to watch it for so long, but I've just been skipping it because my main thing, right, is animation is really important to me, and the one tiny like picture that I've seen on Steins Gate is like not really badly drawn, but the people look really weird. So I just wasn't interested. But obviously, from watching One Piece, I know that people looking weird doesn't mean they're bad.
What the hell? Okay.
This guy's like season 1 One Piece, man.
I guess.
So I'll watch Steins Gate. I was thinking of rewatching Erase and Hyoka.
Yo, Hyoko,
but
shout out, best anime.
Hyoka was pretty mad. But apart from that, I've really got nothing. Like this season is dry in terms of what I want to watch. Food Wars, the last season is out, but I don't really watch it anymore.
You're a pagan.
So,
Pagan.
thanks for that.
Fam.
But yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Wanna go next?
Moving on, Toby. What's on your radar currently?
I agree with Matt and Ken. I'm probably gonna go back and finish off what I started. So that'd be One Piece. Oh crap! Wait, One Piece. One Piece and oh wow!
What just happened? Is
that a manga?
Toby just looked at the amount of episodes.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Yeah.
It was at this moment
take
he
one time
knew
I need.
he fucked up.
For real. That's what
You should be lucky it's.
I mean,
What just happened? I was gonna say you should be lucky you're not watching Detective Conan because that shit is long as fuck.
God.
Like Jesus.
No, I've actually had thoughts of watching that. But I still can't get myself
It's
to
like
do it.
1,000 episodes.
Thousand.
There's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's long.
Literally from 1999.
Toby,
Yeah.
see, you've kind of got a good opportunity right here because One Piece has been delayed for like the first time in 10 years. So, whilst they've been delayed, you can catch up.
I'm skipping all the fillers, all the nonsense.
One Piece actually doesn't have that many fillers, and the few fillers it has actually adds to the story. Unlike, as much as I love it,
Yeah, it's
Naruto,
true.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true,
facts right there. That's facts.
yeah,
So you're saying I have to watch 600 episodes of One Piece?
600.
Of course, man. Light
It's
work.
900.
It's light work.
That's like 3 days.
Literally.
That's fine.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like 3 days. Even if that's literally
days?
not 3 days. That's
Yeah, I
like
know, it's a
3
lot
days.
more.
Oh,
It's like 5 weeks no sleep or food or drink or toilet.
Yeah.
You might get it done.
God damn. Hey, Toby, you can do that though.
It's worth it, man. It's worth it. Yeah.
Literally.
God help me.
Okay. So moving on, Chriselle, what about you? What's on your queue list?
Right, so after I've watched all the stuff that I'm watching right now, I have plans to watch. One of my friends actually recommended it to me, and it seems really interesting. No Guns Life. You guys ever heard of that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
I
of it.
had a
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at some like teasers, like pictures and everything, and I dig it. I literally dig it. Like the style, it's my kind of thing. Like it's a bit of mystery in that. Talking about mystery, I'm also excited to watch Kabukicho Sherlock. So it's like modern day Sherlock, like Sherlock Holmes and like anime. And obviously I'm a nerd and a weeb because I'm a combo bitch. Come on, guys, like I love Sherlock. It's just really good. So I want to watch the anime version of that, see if it's any good. And lastly, I am also looking forward. I haven't seen it; it's been out, but I'm looking forward to see the movie Promare. You guys heard of it?
I've actually
Really?
not heard of it.
Well, check it out, guys. It's a movie, and basically, if you've guys seen Gurren Lagann, it is like the art style is the same as that. Like, Yeah.
I've heard of Gurren
Oh my
Lagann.
god, you guys!
Gurren Lagann.
Literally, you need to catch up on that.
Isn't Gurren Lagann a
No,
mech?
it's really good though.
Yeah. Kind of.
Look, after watching Infinite Stratos, I'm not really
Oh, okay, that's how it is then. That's how it is.
Even though the mechs aren't really the focus of Infinite
Yeah.
Stratos, but you know.
But
I think you mean 100. The
Oh
ultimate mech anime.
well, hey, Matthew, that is the best anime ever created.
Alright.
Okay, let's
If you know about hundreds, then
let's
you know
reel it
about
back right
hundreds.
there. Let's reel it back.
but yeah, going back to
Right.
that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and also there's a new Ghost in Shell that's out. It's on Netflix right now, actually. It's yeah,
It's a 3D
it's
one,
like a
right?
3D version of it, and I want to check it out because I like the way how they actually did the animation. So yeah, that's pretty much my list, really. Can't add any more than that.
Oh, there's
Okay.
also Psychopaths that I'm thinking of watching as well, because I know that
Yeah,
that's really good. I just haven't
Psychopath
got around
is
to
good.
it.
I think you should watch it. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually.
Man said
As I've said for the
eventually.
last 3 years.
Eventually.
But yeah, actually, one thing I was going to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
Chriselle, when you mentioned that the series about sort of like a Sherlock Holmes
Mm-hmm.
spin-off, have you watched the series called Kyoto Holmes?
No, there's a manga of that, right? I have.
Yeah, Kyoto Holmes is fucking.
I have
amazing.
read it. Like, this is years. Wait, like ages ago. Like, I can't remember. Oh my god, I need to go back to that. You literally reminded
Yeah.
me. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyoto Holmes. It sent my brain for a fucking. It turned my brain into a
This
fucking
is why
mess.
it's good,
I-
right? Right.
It's so good. It's like hey, I'm not even gonna lie, yo, like I mean no homo, but like the main character kind of fire
Trash.
still.
Trash.
Wait a minute.
No wait, hey, I said no
homo, no
homo, bro. I
homo.
said no homo. Hey, we live in 2020.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
now.
true.
It's all cool. But yeah, that and there's another anime actually that released this season that I think you should check out. It's called Woodpecker's Detective. It's kind of interesting. There are only like 2 episodes out right now, but I think it might be something kind of up your alley. Sort of like it's got a very European art style, and it has a European theme to it. But yeah, it's definitely an anime I would recommend checking out. So yeah, wait, I think wait, yeah. So it's me. What the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, what are you watching?
I actually don't.
Are you questioning what you're watching, or are you asking yourself?
It's a bit of both, buddy. It's a bit of fucking both. Actually,
Because after mentioning domestic girlfriend, I question.
okay, listen, don't you dare. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a sidetrack. This was something that we were talking about when we were eventually gonna, start recording this podcast. Was Kenneth came up with the idea that when we go to Japan, we should make like a ground zero episode, right? Like this, where we can record video and like sit in a ryokan and like have our mics and actually record an episode there. I was like, dude, that's lit. Just because of what you've said about domestic girlfriend, before we record that episode, I'm gonna go buy every single volume of domestic girlfriend and decorate the background with it because of how good of a manga it is. Okay. I don't
think the hotel's gonna let you do that. Have fun with
bitch,
that.
money talks. Money
Yes.
talks.
Okay.
Okay. That's what money's there for. Anyway, yeah, in terms of what I've been watching, or what I plan to watch, pretty much again, nothing that really catches my eye. There's a series called Idolish 7, which I want to kind of check out, which is like
Yes.
okay. Whoa! He's mad enthusiastic about that one. Goddamn.
Sorry.
But yeah, Idolish,
no.
Idolish 7. That's something I want to check out, and Princess Connect as well. I only have like 3 episodes out right now.
Oh, I thought you said Kukuro Connect.
No, Kokoro Connect. That's an OG. That's an OG. That's something.
That was definitely weird, but I liked it. I liked it.
Fuck it. The weirder the better, fam. You know me. Fuck's sake.
You mean us, right?
Unfortunately, you're right.
Literally, exactly. Anyway, so after this fucking mad diversions of where this episode's taken, so go into the crux of what this episode's all about, which is anime and music and the sort of symbiotic relationship that they share. How important is music for anime? How important are openings and endings? Does it make a anime more appealing? And all these factors is pretty much what we look to elaborate on. So I think it's why don't we start off with some of the openings or general anime music that we are extremely fond of. How about we start with Matt?
I see we're switching up in the order again.
Of course. Hey, listen. I think we got a bit of a hierarchy going in terms of the order we're
Guess takes priority.
The best is first.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay, we chilling.
You're guessing yourself a lot, man. You better not pause something.
Alright, so fairy tale.
Here we go again.
Actually, you know what? Keep talking.
I'm capping. Openings. I don't know. There's quite a few that I just will never skip. Obviously,
it doesn't have to be
a Cowboy Bebop is classic.
I remember the openings like Tank from Bebop. Like I remember that vividly every single time. Both of the Kakaguri openings are
by
insane.
Tia, right?
Jeez.
They're very good.
Yeah, anything jazzy, I'm on board with, and they're both jazzy as hell. I love both of them.
Like a bit of jazz.
But
yeah.
You like
Hey,
jazz?
if I were you, I think you should
I
watch
love
Death
jazz.
Parade. That opening is also jazzy.
Oh.
Like, oh my
yeah,
god.
I've
Kenneth
shown
linked me
you.
that opening. Yeah, Kenneth showed me that one.
The
Yeah.
start of it is so beautiful. Like it just starts off so strong. But yeah, sorry,
I
Matthew.
I'll whack that on the list. But yeah, I will always skip openings after watching them like 2 or 3 times, apart from a few. So like obviously Bebop. It's gonna sound weird, but the thing's a 4th Boku no Hero opening as well.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Wait, that's like a casual one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one where they're just stretching. I love that one. It's so sick. The one where they're all just stretching at the start. I'm like, yeah, that's sick. It's like the second one or something.
Are you talking
The
about
third or second one.
Right, okay.
Season 2
Season
opening
has
one.
like
I
2
think.
openings sometimes.
Yeah, season 2 opening 1. Yeah, I'll never remember the names of OSTs as well. So like, I'll remember them as the final point in I'll try not to spoil it, but the final point, Shiratorizawa versus Karasuno. That one,
Yeah.
the music for that is absolutely insane.
I
Like
agree.
when it comes to the crescendo, I guess you'd call it, with the hand. Okay, that chills every single time, man. It's nuts. And then the last point against Alba Jose from season 2. I can rewatch those like little clips, like you know the Crunchyroll clips.
Yeah.
They get recommended to me
Trust.
every single time on my YouTube, and I'll just click them. I'll click them straight
Oh my
away,
God.
like, and I'll watch them, and then I'll just go back to what I was doing.
Crunchyroll making
But
bank
yeah.
from those clips, bro.
Oh, facts. I'm like 30% of the video.
Yeah, I don't blame you,
Oh,
man. I really
shit.
don't.
But yeah, other than that, I guess I really enjoy just openings in general. Like, not even just the music, but the animations as well. So, probably my favorite animation one. It's gonna sound weird, but the last Kuroko's Basket one is really, really good actually.
Okay.
I thought the Kuroko's Basket ones were like really mid until they got to the last one, when it's just like, man, my heartstrings. And it's everyone's trying their best, and like, I can't speak.
Are there any endings that you have taken notice of?
The One Punch Man season 1 ending. Oh
Yes,
my god.
come on.
yes.
That
yes.
one is
on.
god tier.
Let's
God
go.
tier. And Akame ga
Akame ga
Kill,
Kill.
the ending to that is, oh my god, the ending to that is too emotional, man. But yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of surprising because, you know, like obviously for animes, like they'll pull it all out for openings, which I understand. Obviously, you know,
Yeah.
it kind of gets people's attention up, you know. But at the end, they just like how you know, you just have like standard pictures, just moving,
really, really
no
cute.
animation, but some anime they still pull it all out for the endings, and
Bro,
that's how you know.
do you remember
really got
that?
good
Do you remember
anime
that
on your
Naruto ending where they literally had like fucking crayon drawings of Naruto and
Huh.
Sasuke?
hands?
I was like, bro,
That's a lot of
bro,
that,
the
yeah.
mangaka just doesn't have any time for this shit. He just didn't give two
Yeah.
fucks. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it was interesting. But then again, like you said, you look at some other anime endings and you're like, holy fuck, this should be at the start. What the hell?
Wait, actually, do you mind if I butt in real quick?
Yeah, go
'Cause
on,
I
go on.
forgot about one last one. I know it's been talked about to death. But
I think
the
I know what you're
ending,
gonna say. Demon Slayer.
probably. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew it.
The
okay.
ending with all the like the
I
little
agree,
family
I agree.
pictures. That one, when they switch it up and like have like a random one, that one was way too good, man. And me like crying after I finished crying. I started listening to the ending and I was just like crying again. And I was like,
No,
nice.
you know, where just to jump on the whole Demon Slayer train. I don't vibe with the opening or the ending, but the one I
Really?
do vibe with is the soundtrack when he's fighting against the Spider Moon, and he goes
Okay,
from water
yeah.
breathing to fire breathing or sun breathing. Bro,
Yeah, that OST is
Oh.
nice.
oh my! And then Nezuko is just like, "Yo, let me just whip out my blood demon art real quick." I was like, "Yo!" It was so hype, fam.
Yeah, it was. That was the member I was referring to. Like, as
do
the
you think-
ending as well is insane, man.
Trust.
What would you say constitutes to like a good opening or good ending? Well, let's start with openings. You know,
What constitutes one?
like what would you say makes an opening good? Like you can always have interesting like upbeat kind of thing, but it's not always an upbeat track that makes an opening good. Like what would you say
You
makes an
need
opening
to
good?
have a good beat. The beat is what catches people, isn't it? Like without that,
Yeah, I agree with that.
it's nothing. People won't get attracted to it. But I think it's the beat that counts, where everyone can relate to it. So like it's
Yeah,
it
that's
has to be
facts.
bomb, and also it has to like complement the anime as well. Because if it doesn't, then obviously what's the point? So
Yeah, totally.
yeah, I think that's one quality about anime songs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think like it has to be a good balance of everything, right? It's like it needs to have really good animation.
Yeah, defo.
Like Kushal said, like the music kind of has to fit thematically with what the anime is about. Like I can't really think of like, I don't know. Imagine having like Japanese trap over like a slice of life
Domestic
anime about a
Girlfriend.
divorce. Literally, imagine having a trap opening with domestic. I mean, you know what though? Considering how the manga is going, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a few more seasons of Domestic Girlfriend. But it's just like, yeah, it has to fit thematically, and also because again, like for example, the opening that you showed me, Kenneth, from Fire Force.
Yeah.
Because Fire Force is such like this high octane, high paced action anime.
Shonen.
It really does. Inferno, the opening, really matches what the general main body content of the anime is. So in a sense, it felt like I'm not watching an opening. It's just a part of the anime. So that's where I think it's a opening is kind of differentiated from a really good opening when it's like, oh, I thought that was just a part of the episode with the music. Of course, it gets repetitive, but it just blends in perfectly with the main episode itself.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree
Yeah, I
with
agree.
that.
Yeah,
I think that obviously, as you were saying, the music and the beat, those are very important to kind of what makes the opening in general. But I would even add that the animation in the opening might even be potentially more important. Not necessarily that it has to, it has to be
Eye-catching.
it doesn't necessarily have to be like eye-catching or high budget or anything like that, but just kind of show what the anime is going to look like and what kind of art style there's going to be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, but if we move on to the next person in terms of their openings and their
That's you, bro.
favorite seasons.
Yeah, that's you, bro.
It's you.
That's you, bro.
Let's just move on to the next person.
I kind of forgot the order for a second there.
Yeah,
but
you're
that's
just
fine.
setting
Oh,
yourself
it's
up.
me? Oh, it's me? Oh, okay. I guess I'll go.
Shiv mentioned it a second ago, but obviously my favorite opening ever is a Fire Force opening. I think
Oh.
it's so fucking good. It's so good.
Dinky.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
it's fine. I'm gonna fight you later. Don't worry. But the Fire Force opening, I think, is so good. It kind of attracted me to the anime in general because I was recommended the anime. Obviously, you look at the picture of the anime. That's like your first thing. That's the first thing that you see. And I looked there. I was like, firefighters, you know, that fight demons, whatever. That looks and sounds kind of weird. But then I started the anime, watched the opening, and it was amazing. Like, just the opening itself just got me into the anime. So that's one there. My second favorite opening, probably Naruto Shippuden opening 13.
Okay.
It's the one where he's fighting Obito,
Yes.
and the 5 Kages are fighting Madara. It's so fucking good, and it's also the one where him and Kurama kind of get together and he gets stronger.
Yeah.
So the opening itself right there just kind of showed all the moments that were going to happen in the next few episodes or so, but the music just complemented it perfectly. And it's just kind of cemented in my mind, even though I watched it like how many years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Like, I never forget the soundtrack to that. But even if I'm not just talking about openings, it's kind of hard to talk about music in general without mentioning Your Lie in April.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he did it!
Oh god.
You know, I had
Make
to
us
mention
cry
it.
right now.
Hey, I hope
I think-
hope you all have tissues ready, fam. Not because we're going on Hentai
Oh
Haven,
my
but the fact that we're gonna
God.
cry.
Okay. So the thing is, I've watched Your Lie in April twice, right? And the
Why?
second time I watched, I know, it's nearly
You
torture.
don't
yeah?
question.
But
You don't question why. You just do it.
You just gotta do it.
Why would
But
you
the
do
second
2
time I watched it,
times?
I noticed a lot of things happening. Like, obviously, the main character of what's her name
The
again?
girl, Kaori.
Yeah. She obviously, like, the more she gets ill, the paler she gets throughout the episode. I didn't even notice that. But the main thing that I noticed is as the anime continues and the sicker and more ill that she gets, the darker and the slower the music gets as well, like in the background.
Yeah.
And the performances and stuff like that, you know, just gets more and more deep, and it kind of just adds to the overall environment of the anime and kind of what it's giving you. And just like things like that really impacts how I perceive an anime.
Yeah, totally, bro. The last performance, I think they were playing Chopin, and like midway through, he's just thinking, it's like, oh, imagine if Chopin was played with a violin, and then she just pops into his dream, and I was like, oh no, that was big sad moment.
Big sad.
Big
sad.
Literally,
I would go as far as saying music can make or break an anime. It can be a bad anime, and if it has a memorable and really good OST, it can still be ranked in like the top few anime just because of the music. Like, it makes it really memorable.
Yeah, I can agree with
Yeah,
that. I can definitely agree with that as well.
That was kind of some of my views there. In terms of endings, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. I might add onto it later, but yeah, that's me there.
Jeez. Okay, so Toby, you're up next.
Hi. Okay, so no one judge me. I obviously everyone knows that I'm new to this whole anime aspect. But I'm kind of old school when it comes to it. So I don't know if you guys heard about Monsuno.
Monster Musume.
No,
Yo, I was gonna say.
Okay,
We need
I
to
haven't
hear the
heard of
music,
Monster
that's
Musume.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like overall, like I'm really into like hype openings.
Okay.
So like like Blade, Monsuno.
Okay.
I recently got into Fire Force. That's really hype one.
Of course. Jump on the train.
And also there's another one that Michelle mentioned last week after the podcast. It was
Yes.
Cannon Buster Showdown.
Yes, finally.
I'm I'm on that wave.
No.
I haven't watched anime. I haven't watched anime, but the actual opening
It's
and
great,
ending, especially
right?
ending, and
That's
It's
fire still.
amazing.
amazing. So, and for me, like, I agree with Kenneth with the aspect that music can like really make or break, and especially when it's opening, because the opening really like it puts out an atmosphere for the watcher to like be into and to like ready themselves for the actual story plot. So yeah, like, and for me it's like especially with like Monsuno, Blade, which is like really hyped like animes. It's kind of like, yeah, like those are like, you know, really into it, especially with the electric guitar and maybe like for drums, just like everything builds up. Like, yeah, I'm definitely into like, and I'm ready for it. So this is my two opinion.
Okay. Shit. Man, of course, is a man of culture because he had the Beyblade opening. So, you know, respect. Big respect. So, Chriselle, what about you?
Right, okay, I had a hard time choosing. Honestly, I have a list and I listen to anime openings and endings like 24/7 anyway. So, right, I had to choose. I had to stick with my favorite anime, you know? So, has everyone heard?
Okay.
It's by Flow, you know? I don't know if you guys know Flow, but they're like, yes!
Oh, wait, is it signed?
Oh my god, right on
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Come on. Is it? That's,
Isn't that
is
that
that
goes?
the one with
I
Jiraiya?
realized that screaming pain.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Oh,
Yo.
God.
Look at these
That's,
dudes. Look at these dudes.
Yeah, not this, but yeah, it's
it's such a good
the
opening.
best
It's so good.
opening ever, like in Naruto, because it does really
God.
set up like. Well, spoiler alert, you know, like everything is like a wreck, and you know, you're just gonna bawl your eyes out when you find out who's getting killed. But you know, spoiler alert, but yeah. So that really sets up the mood. Like any other anime openings, it just like it's a bomb. Like, I think it's the best. But I couldn't help myself. I've got another one to put in there. But I think I'm gonna go back to Gurren Lagann. It's called Mina no Peace, and it's the great, like, one of the greatest anime opening that I like. You guys should look it up because you won't be disappointed. So yeah, and I will add this as well. On endings, my favorite one, going back to what's been mentioned earlier, I will literally go for the Cannon Busters ending if you guys want a vibe. I know, right? I know, right?
Really big fans in the house.
If you got, it's called Regardless by what's his name? It's
Yes.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's called Regardless. Cannon Busters ending, guys. You should check it out because you will literally probably cry as you listen to it, and you will literally just vibe and mellow out. Yeah, literally.
Get high.
It's so great. It's
Get high,
amazing.
yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much my favorite opening and ending. Talking about OSTs, I couldn't help myself. Like, I literally had to choose the best like anime with the best OSTs. Naruto is great, but since I've watched Beastars, I think Beastars has the, like, right now it's amazing because it has that kind of like American jazz, like your old English kind of vibe music, and I'm like, you know, I can be a bit oldie, you know, sometimes. Yeah,
But like definitely.
literally.
Hey, you like jazz?
Oh no, don't. But yeah.
I just had to throw it in.
Yeah, yes, I like jazz. Yeah, Beastars OST is great, but definitely Naruto is great too because you can cry. Haikyuu is also one of them. Like the inspirational OST.
Come on.
Yeah.
The inspirational.
Come on.
Literally, that's how
Matt,
I
the official
live,
hype man
fam.
for Haikyuu.
Yeah.
I put Haikyuu
Yeah.
off for so long. I watched it all in like 3 days.
Such a
It's nuts.
weeb.
All 3 seasons as well. Yeah,
Jeez.
you were on
But
it.
yeah.
That's where it's at, dude.
Yeah,
That's where it's at.
That's a good list, actually.
Thank you.
That's a
But
good
yeah,
list, that's a good
I
list.
think that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there's a lot, but yeah, I think you guys should check out the ones that I've just mentioned. So yeah, moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, now moving to
Mate.
Shiv.
Oh.
Oh, unless
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay, fellas, here we
did
go.
you want to add something, Toby?
Here we
Get
go.
yourselves comfy, guys.
Alright. Okay.
Long list
Right.
incoming.
So, in terms of openings, if we on the whole trail of Naruto openings, my favorite opening is actually
Yes!
Silhouette by Kanaboom.
Ise no se.
Now, Kanaboom.
Wait, is that army? Sorry, keep going.
Who that there? Who that there? Who that
Keep going.
there?
I really like the animation in that one as well, because you see
Wait.
him going from
Yeah.
Wait, Kenneth, you know what's mad?
What?
What?
I actually know like those two animals openings just from Zach playing them in the Discord. Zach always played them in the Discord. I
been
know
influenced.
it's so annoying. I know them openings like.
What's funny was just a few days ago, me, Kenneth, Matt, you were there as well. Me, you, Kenneth, and Zach we were all playing Osu, and then I think it was Zach's first time playing Osu. And the first song he was like, "Yo, put on that Naruto opening, I'll beg." And I was like, "This man is a person of culture." But yeah, so Kanaboom, mainly because I listen to Kanaboom stuff, that's non-opening as well, so the general music releases and things like that. Apart from that, Black Clover, OP10 and OP3, which is Black Rover. It's the band is called Black Rover, and I think the song is called Black Catcher, if I'm correct. Let me just double check. Black Catcher by Viken Blanca, I think. And there's Black Rover, which is the OP number 3 for Black Clover as well. I think again, if we go back to the whole point about finding animes that fit the theme, or finding openings that fit the themes of the anime really well, I think those two really did, especially OP10 for Black Clover, where it's this whole like black and white and it's like super grungy because madness, absolute madness. Also, another OP to throw in there, Domestic Girlfriend's OP
You
is
and your
kinda
domestic
sick,
girlfriend.
not even gonna lie.
Okay.
Maybe you should get yourself a domestic girlfriend too whilst you're
I
at it.
need one. Okay,
I think
man's
everyone
lonely
is.
right now, man's in quarantine,
guys,
but you know,
We've got
I hope so.
we've got the Power of God and anime
stay
on our side.
Of course,
Oh,
of course.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, Domestic Girlfriend's OP is pretty fucking good as well. I think that's the one where she's like playing. It starts off with her playing piano in like the middle of the street, so black and white. Really fucking cool. Apart from that, if we're talking about soundtrack, I mean, okay, so in terms of endings, I actually don't like any. There aren't any major memorable.
Are you sure you
endings
don't? Are
that
you
come
sure
to
you
mind
did
for me.
listen to them, or do you just skip them? Oh.
I don't. I can't lie. You caught me out there. I'm one of the guys who, the moment
you
the
need
ending
some
comes
catching
in,
up
I
to
gotta
do.
skip and go to
Yeah,
next episode.
once.
You gotta listen to it at least once.
Yeah.
I would listen to an opening
Complete
and
the
ending
list,
at least
you know?
once. You know?
Okay. Listen, man just got a big list. You know,
Okay,
he has to
okay.
go through all them anime. But yeah, so in terms of endings, I don't really have any memorable ones. If we go on to just generic soundtracks, of course, number one,
Oof.
Radawimps,
Oof.
Your Name
Oof.
soundtrack album.
Yes, it's gonna
This-
mention that. Which song though?
Okay, so
'Cause-
Zen is super
Yeah.
hype. Gimme no zen, zen, zen. And the piano covers are fucking amazing.
Mhm.
And apart from that, what was the
There's Dream Lantern.
Dream Lantern is really good actually.
Dream Lantern's really good.
Wait, hold on. I think let me see. Where is it?
Yes, that's the one. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
literally
Undeniable.
humming that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh. It's so good, especially it's my guilty pleasure to play that song on Osu because it's just got that like it's like it's so sad and then the fucking drums
it's
kick in.
Nostalgic
Like,
almost,
shit,
really.
This boy out. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. 100%. Yeah, your name kind of.
How about Sparkle?
Sparkle's good. Sparkle's. I have
Sparkle's
zero
really good.
issues, or like by far, your name, like Radwimps' album for Your Name is just fucking amazing. Especially like Nandamanaya, the guitar at the opening where it's like I can't even explain it. It's so it brings the whole. It sounds like it's very starry and how the entire anime is based off like stars and the comets. So which is why I was like so fucking engrossed into the soundtrack. Yeah, and special mention before I finish is Tokyo Ghoul, Unravel, but the piano
covers are great.
The piano cover.
Like,
Any of them, to be honest, man.
The piano cover has got moist.
That word,
Okay.
moist.
Because you're crying. Because you're crying, right?
Literally, because I'm
Alright,
crying.
okay.
Exactly,
Crying.
Matt.
Because she's
thank
crying.
you.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Get your
I
mind
don't know
out
what
the
you
gutter,
guys are
guys,
thinking.
please.
Guys.
But like, yeah. So yeah, I think Unravel on the piano is absolutely amazing. And yeah, by far, if you guys haven't heard it, you should 100% check it out because it's just fucking sick. And also, any of the Your Name songs on piano covers are also fucking amazing.
Oh, if I could add
Yeah, go
one.
on.
If you watch the
Oh.
Silent Voice, obviously.
Oh, that's
At the end,
great.
Oh,
no,
no.
no.
Don't go there.
Yeah, I didn't even say it
we
yet. I think you already
cried
know what
at
I was
that.
saying.
We're gonna start
At the
crying.
end, I remember when he cries and all the X's come off their eyes. I don't know
I
what
was
song
gonna
it
say,
is,
can
but
I
that
just
song
say
is
something
so
else as
fucking
well?
beautiful. It
Okay, ready?
hits so
Anno
hard.
Hana.
Yeah, go
Last
ahead.
ending. No.
No,
Stop,
I haven't
stop,
watched
stop,
it.
stop, stop.
I haven't watched it.
Stop.
It's in my
It's
in my
only
list,
like
but I keep
12
pushing it down because I'm not trying
episodes.
to cry.
Literally, it's so good.
Yeah, it's not that long.
It's
Kenneth.
on Netflix as well.
That's like half a
Honestly,
day.
Watch
That's half a
it.
day.
Watch it.
That's not even half a day.
Allow that.
I don't know if I want to go through that turmoil, honestly.
Like, you know how much I love Steins Gate, but I honestly say Anna Hannah above Steins
True,
Gate.
true.
Just because it's shorter. Just because it's shorter. On the watch list. On the watch list. On the watch list. On the watch list. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just realised I missed out like 400 amazing openings that I listened to. Like the Nichijou openings. I love That's like my favourite like slice of life anything. And then obviously Samurai Champloo. That's like an OG like hip hop influence one that I rate. Obviously Cowboy Bebop. Same creators, so I have to rep. But yeah.
May I add
Go
one
on, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys would agree.
Parasite. Oh.
Parasite.
Oof.
The
Parasite.
I was
Oh,
gonna say
yes.
that.
Yeah,
Parasite, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched a full thing of Parasite, but I love the opening. The opening.
Opening and the ending are nuts.
Ending's mad. I was crying like I was in chills and I was crying like tears. Is mad. I was in my feels and like I already came to my feels, but I was in my feels. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
Right. Okay. So, moving on after our our huge long list of recommendations in terms of anime music and whatnot. Is there any ones that you guys kind of feel? We talked about tying in and opening with the theme of the generic theme of an anime. Is there any ones that you feel like, especially maybe over, like for example, how do I explain it? An opening that is way
that's
better than the
hard.
anime itself.
I can't really think of anything.
Hot takes incoming.
I'll tell you
Oh,
one right now, boy.
wow.
Kiss Exit.
You literally had to go for that.
Oh god.
I
yeah.
agree,
Wow.
but wait. But the thing is, the ending is really good as well.
Exactly.
Oh,
Why do you
Oh,
even
right.
know
oh,
that?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
How
about
have you made it to the end of an
Don't
episode of that,
question
Kenneth? Oh
methods,
my god.
research
End of,
purposes. Okay.
Matt, what do you mean end of an episode? That's week. End of the season, my guy.
Oh,
Come on.
it's been
Okay.
fun. I'll catch you guys next week.
Right.
But yeah,
think off the top of my head. Damn.
I think it's quite easy. Well, not easy,
Okay.
but to think of one, like, I guess as much as I love the Pokemon series growing up, like looking back,
yo,
it was
Okay.
it was kind of doo-doo, but compared to how sick the opening was, obviously it's iconic. Like everyone knows all the words to the whole song. It doesn't matter if you watch anime or not. I guess it's just because
True.
like the opening itself is so iconic.
fam.
The actual series, like, apart from the frying pan gag, it's kind of it was literally kind of forgettable. I can't lie, but obviously I loved it. But looking back, it was
All I'm saying is the Pokemon rap gives Eminem sweats. Eminem is shitting himself looking at that Pokemon rap.
I literally feel that.
Squad battle roll up.
Jeez, come on.
I think one I can think of is okay. Some may not agree if they stop watching that episode 20, but if you watch Darling in the Franxx, right, the opening for it, I think I loved it, right? But oh god,
They
the
didn't
animation
finish it,
fell
did they?
through,
Like,
but
they
yeah,
left a cliffhanger,
I'd say
like-
the opening was really good.
Kind of.
It's not a left a cliffhanger, but just the conclusion was just so bad.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just like I don't want to like really spoil
I
anything.
feel you. I feel
but it
you.
was-
They could have added
yeah.
more.
Lackluster.
It's,
It blue balls
there's
you.
surprise and then there's like what the hell, you know? It's but yeah, that's one I can think of. But
I guess like this is kind of related to what the question Shiv asked, but I was also thinking like what you mentioned earlier about how like the music, the openings can like make or break an anime somewhat in regards to how they're remembered. I don't know. I guess just for me personally, I kind of disagree with it only because like you know how much I love Kuroko's when I watched it, right? I thought the first like 6 openings were garbage, and then same with Haikyuu. Like apart from the most recent 2, I thought the anime I would skip. I listened to like the first 20 seconds and I just skipped it the first time I watched it. I love Haikyuu to bits, and I think the
Yeah.
music in the show, like the actual soundtrack, is insane. But the openings themselves, I wouldn't even listen to like a full time through once. Not because I think they're bad. They're just like I guess my standards are really high for openings as well.
okay.
But, yeah, so like I think it does go both ways sometimes. Where like I would never, I don't remember the Haikyuu openings. I remember the music that plays during like, important moments way before the openings. Whereas it's the opposite for some shows, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
I guess-
obviously Attack on Titan being one really obvious one.
Yeah.
That
I guess
opening.
one way to rephrase it was probably to say that the openings probably add on to the anime rather than take away from it.
Yeah.
Because if the anime is already amazing,
Yeah.
a bad opening is not really gonna like no one's
It's
gonna
not
complain
gonna
saying,
affect
oh,
it.
you know, yeah. But if an opening is amazing, but the anime is kind of it's kind of mediocre, people are probably still gonna talk about the opening at the very least, which will get more views on the anime overall.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right there.
But yeah, opening is definitely important.
What about you, Toby? You got any of those opening hits but flopped animes?
Oh.
I
So don't like that.
Agreed.
That's
Agreed.
facts. That's
Agreed.
facts.
no.
That's facts.
Oh wow, wow.
On Osu crossing
my
field
heart.
hits.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I would say no
Okay,
more.
for me, SEO, it was like, I don't know. Okay, in terms of the opening and the endings, that's opinions or not. But for me, it's like I loved the fighting scenes and the fighting songs in it that really like kept me going. I don't know. I don't know about it being a flop. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know about it being a flop because that's you know. First one was great. Second one sucked. But,
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I,
What about
I,
you, Chriselle?
yeah.
Oh, did I cut you off there, Toby?
No, that's cool.
Okay.
I really don't.
Sorry, what were you saying,
like,
Chriselle?
I'm not as picky as I, expected, but like I really don't have a problem. Like, well, so far the animes that I've watched with the openings, they, it's not really like bad. They're all good for the anime. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I have no problems. Like, I can't really name anything that's like bad opening. Good anime. So, yeah. What have you got in mind?
Oh,
Oof.
Oh, I can actually thinking about.
I've got one more. To add.
Yeah.
I literally just started
And
watching
you said,
this.
you said bad
Like-
opening, good anime, but like I
Oh.
guess a guilty pleasure anime, which I think the opening sucks for. Back in the
Ah.
second season, the opening is so bad.
Jeez.
I don't think the anime is stellar by any means, but it's fun. It's just fun to watch him. He just beat people up.
Oh
He gets
yeah,
some,
yeah,
he gets some
Baki.
coochie.
Oh yeah, I remember
That's-
it. Yeah,
That is
Pretty
the plot
much.
of the whole second season.
No, hold on, that's the plot of a
a
hero.
named
fam.
hero, Baki.
Literally. Oh my god.
He takes some of that coochie nectar and he's just dropped it.
Jeez, he's got his priorities straight.
Yeah, sorry, what were you saying, Kenneth? Go ahead.
I think one more I wanted to add to that was, I mean, me and you were talking about it. I don't know if you remember, Matthew, but there's an anime called Listeners. I watched the trailer and I watched the opening, and the opening really kind of like excited me. And then I watched episode 1, and
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
yeah, it like even the animation looks really good, but oh god, episode 1 was boring. I don't know, I just didn't care for the characters at all. Maybe I'll watch a little bit more to see if it gets better, but yeah, no, Listeners is not really on my radar right now. But yeah,
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
yeah. Back to you, Shiv.
Alright, okay.
Oh,
Orange, fam.
Orange.
Orange. Holy
Orange.
shit. Orange. Okay, I'm not on my Japanese lessons. Alright, so okay. This anime, I had so many people hype this anime up for me, right? And I even think I talked about this in the previous episode. I was like, yo, Orange is on my watch list. So many people have talked about this anime. It's right up my alley in terms of genre. It has a bit of sort of mystery involved in it as well, a tiny bit of sci-fi, because there's a bit of time traveling. And holy fucking shit, the opening was actually kind of sick. It was laid back, it was chilled out. I like the art style as well. It's a very homey feel, right? I was like, holy shit, I kind of like this. And then the anime, holy fuck, I actually fucking despise the anime now after watching it. It feels like I've legit watched a fucking budget erased. That's literally what it feels like. It's I just that was the definition of me getting blue-balled by an anime, fam. Literally. The ending was so trash. Like, it's all around. The opening was amazing, and then the anime just fucking fell straight on his fucking face. I was vexed. I was like, did I really waste half a day watching this shit anime? Like some people live and breathe by it. They're like, oh my god, it's such a fucking amazing anime about the horror, the romance. I'm like, bro, you want that? You watch Erased. You want that? You watch Erased. But yeah, that's my little rant out the way about Orange. It's
Okay.
fucking garbage
Alright.
anime.
That was wow.
And yeah, so that's
Oh,
me
done,
getting
oh,
a few
done.
things off
Some
my
kind of way
chest.
about that one, huh?
Yeah, literally. Okay.
Therapy sessions or something.
Yo,
man.
trust
Start
me.
charging you for
Trust
this.
me. But yeah, so pretty much, I think we've talked about the general trend in terms of animes and openings and music in general. A small topic that I think we should probably shed some light on currently with the current international situation is the delay of current animes. As a lot of you do know, especially to the people listening and watching this, there is quite a few delays in terms of anime releases due to the COVID-19 situation. So a question to you guys is, what's got you most upset in terms of what you have to wait for? And
I think we all know.
Yeah, it's gonna be the
Is
same.
is
answer.
that a unanimous
Yeah.
answer right here?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, me and Matthew at least. I'm very
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you, Shiv,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I think considering the current season, I don't think there's anything else apart from ReZero to kind of get excited about. But yeah, of course, Haiku, that's the big one, especially considering the episode that they left off on.
Yeah, mid-season.
Exactly.
What?
I liked it. I can't lie. I liked it.
You liked it
Like,
that they
you
fucking
were some
gave you
kind of
blue
They
balls?
gave us a little bit of the game. They gave us like 4 points, and that's it. They just did. I like it.
Well, clearly.
That's like me, like a little bit of like being like a little crack fiend, I guess. Like, I need a little taste, and then it's got me wanting to. I'm craving it to go back straight away.
I'm a head out. I'm not about
This,
that anymore.
ladies and gentlemen, this is how you see Matt developing his CS:GO case addiction.
Developing. It's too late now, man.
But yeah, so I think definitely the way that they left it on that episode about they just started the match after they hyped it up. Because to be honest, the first match of the Nationals, the only thing that got me so hyped about it was the dude who was doing the underhand fucking serve. The animation
of that
was
was
man, it is literally like
the
hitting a
ripples,
big back
the
and seeing the ripples go through
seems
as you hit it from
Yes, the ripples.
Chriselle knows
Come on.
about the ripples
hey,
on
I'm
the
a
big back.
female here, so like, come on. I have my moments.
Jeez, come on. Let's go. But yeah, literally apart from that, I was like, okay, it's a pretty, the school's story wasn't even that great in my opinion. Like, yeah, it just like I don't even know. Yeah, that's how irrelevant that
not
school
Nekoma,
was. Like,
the one that they beat.
Not Nekoma.
the one with the wolf.
The first one they beat in the the like blue.
I don't
like.
No, that's Datiko. I don't think.
Not me. I'm on
season
3.
yet?
I'm on 3, season 3, fam.
Oh,
I'm catching
damn,
up. I'm catching up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, on a real one though, it's
just
not even that big of a spoiler in my opinion. It's like the moment you see these
the
dudes
strongest
and
one,
how they
yeah?
play, you're like, bro, they finna.
Yeah, but that's good.
Okay.
No,
No more
it's,
spoilers. No more spoilers. All right, I'll
They're
explain.
not like a particularly strong team.
Okay.
Chriselle, all I'm
alright.
saying is
Good,
you're coming up to the
good.
best part in the series so far.
100%.
Shiratorizawa,
That
yeah.
shit.
Oh, you are Shirato Zara now. You're gonna enjoy it.
Alright.
You're eating.
You're eating good.
I'm getting
We
gassed.
out here like
I'm
waiting in
getting
line
gassed,
2 feet
guys,
apart.
calm. Oh my god. Okay, no, don't.
The thing is, I could gas it up for like the next like 3
It's-
hours. You'd watch
it's
it, and
playing
it would
in my
still,
mind.
it would
It's
still
playing in
be
my
sick.
mind,
Like, you wouldn't even be disappointed.
Calm,
it's,
calm.
It's too high.
Wait, I'm telling you, that's to be honest, that entire match is something that you can't stop midway. Once you start that arc, you have to finish it in one sitting. Like it's just a must.
It's a compulsion,
bro.
Yeah.
It literally.
You could watch the movie as well.
Yeah, they've released a movie version of it as well.
It's literally just season 3, but it's fine. Yeah, it's like a short version of it, pretty much.
But you know what's peak is that watching that entire arc of that haiku match, I was just thinking to myself, like, there's some sports that can't even get me this gassed. And I'm getting gassed about some dudes hitting a ball across the net, and that they aren't even real.
Sports anime. I don't know if you've seen like this slam dunk. That gassed me up like way. Like it's really old, but it's so damn good.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
That's
Do you know what? I'm gonna rewatch
yeah,
it.
pretty good. So good.
Is it as good as Kuroko, Kenneth?
Yeah, it's the original.
I haven't-
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the original
it's good,
basketball
fam.
anime, but I haven't read or watched it.
Sakuragi down. Okay.
Quite good. That's funny.
The only
I
other
think we should
one.
get back on
Oh.
topic.
Hajime no
The only other
Ippo.
one would be
Wow.
Hajime no Ippo.
Literally like
That's a
Levius,
sports anime.
fam. Oh
That would
my
get you
god.
gassed. That would get you that gassed.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's insane.
the only other sports anime, in my opinion, that like I personally
Free.
really like is
If you say 3, we're gonna have
no.
problems.
What's
no.
that?
For me, it's
You're
Major.
Oh,
So
baseball.
it's like a baseball anime. Yeah, for some reason I kind of really fuck with it.
Yeah.
Like it's not as fast paced as a
Fair
haiku,
enough.
but it's just like every single fucking pitch. I'm like, yo,
Fair
you better
enough.
fucking beat the shit out that ball, cuz.
Come on, man. Inazuma
Like,
11,
literally.
the most realistic football anime.
Yeah, like it's really
Fair
like
enough.
one of the only. sports
And
animes
don't
I
forget,
really,
I Shield
properly
21.
fuck
Come
with.
on, guys. Come on. Oh, what?
I have not seen it.
Yeah, oh, I dig with it. I dig with it.
I've
Yeah.
seen a part of it. Yeah. It's really it's good as well.
Flowers.
And it's fun as well.
Maybe
Flowers, I think.
maybe sports anime topic for the next podcast. Maybe. Who knows?
Oh,
Sorry, off
geez,
track, we
Sports
got off
anime.
track.
Goddamn. Yeah.
Go off track
Pretty
again.
much,
It's
yeah.
fine, it's
Delays
fine.
of animes. I mean, again, looking at the current
It's
situation,
Haikyuu.
Haikyuu is the main one, as you all know. We are extremely deeply saddened about. You know, like
They're
Is there any
redoing
news
it.
about the Bleach, because they were gonna do the anime return, right?
Yeah, it's
Oh, they
going
were.
to be.
Surely that's got to be pushed back somewhat.
yeah, I
If-
definitely imagine they would push it back.
Yeah.
So I know that was kind of a big deal for a lot of people, I guess. I've never really been into Bleach, but
Yeah,
I
same.
know a lot of people. I know a few people who really are into it, and they said they're so excited. for it,
Fingers
so
crossed.
Hopefully, that doesn't get pushed back too far.
Rust.
The thing is with this epidemic that's happening right now, because some animes are being delayed and stuff like that, we can kind of see what studios have like a lot of anime backlog. So you know how some studios will literally have a whole season ready, but they just don't release it
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
and then some will make like half a season and then keep making it as it's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out. Like we can kind of tell that the studios that have a whole season ready are just gonna are releasing as scheduled. But as I was saying, for One Piece, like they make it every week,
Yeah.
and it's been delayed. Like I was saying,
Yeah,
earlier,
it's
first
one of
time in,
the
like, 10 years, which is
oldies,
crazy.
yeah.
I think it started like 1998 or something. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah,
been on
it
schedule
was.
every week. Even Naruto wasn't on schedule
Of course,
every week.
man.
Like
Of course.
One Piece has been on schedule every week, and this is like one of the moments where it's actually just I don't know whether they're gonna stop it for a little bit or they're gonna delay it maybe 2 weeks and just release it slower. I don't know what's happening, but you can kind of see from different studios. I don't know whether Kyo Annie is still up. I think they were thinking of making a new. Is Kyo Annie still? Kyoto
Not
Animation.
really
right?
sure, to be honest, because I'm not. I personally haven't really come across much news about them.
Okay.
But again, like knowing the current situation, I'm not going to be surprised if certain studios take a much longer break than even what they publicize initially, because there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube that show how
One
much
episode,
of a
yeah.
collaborative job it is to make
Yeah.
one episode of an anime, let alone a manga, right? So I think it's completely. I don't think people can be disappointed, but I don't think anyone really has a right to be angry that any animes are being delayed, because at the end of the day, this is something that it's fine. You can wait a tiny bit longer to get your episode, and at that time it's not going to cost potentially someone's life. So there are some forums online, some Reddit threads that people are very vocal about their quote-unquote anger that certain animes are being put on hold. Like one person I remember on Reddit, that is a Swedish anime Reddit. He was fucking going off because Scientific Railgun had been delayed a tiny bit, and I was like, "Yo, homie, like, chill. Like, it's not like it's not gonna come back. It's just they are delayed because of, a reason that you can clearly see why." So I definitely do not condone. I mean,
Do not.
is it do not condone or do
Don't
condone?
know.
I completely fucking. Yeah,
You would not
I
condone.
don't condone people going out of their way to start hating on studios because they're slowing down production. Because I think like at that time, if you are doing that, you're just fucking dense. Like,
The risk to human life is never
Literally.
going to be worth it.
literally.
Never.
Like, yo, fine, your anime character can be brought
Yeah.
back to life, but
Deep
not a
talk.
fucking.
Yeah,
human
I mean,
being,
all we
so
do is sit and
just
watch it.
chill
Like,
out,
come
pretty
on,
much.
guys. Like, at least people are working on anime, like,
Exactly.
just to make us
So-
happy.
Yeah, it's exactly. So I think it's definitely something that maybe some people on the internet can
Compassion.
kind of
Kind of.
show a bit more. Exactly. Yeah, the right word. My brain is stopped working because I need more Red Bull. But yeah, I mean, that's just my 2 cents on the whole delay of anime thing. I think it's completely called for. If anything, I would be more concerned the fact that they are releasing anime on schedule, if it's an anime that they have to make week by week rather than something that's backlogged, because you know it's just not worth it in my opinion.
So I've got 2 things to mention. One, I'd say it's kind of, well, not necessarily an opportunity, but it's kind of an opportunity because whilst nothing is coming out, it gives people a chance to watch anime that they've been kind of holding back on, like Anohana, for example, and for me, for a long time, since people are at home anyways, like it can even be an opportunity to watch something with your family, you know, since most people, not most necessarily, but a lot of people are at home due to not being able to work or not being able to go outside. Second thing, to be fair, I think a lot of anime fans have enough patience. Like, for example, I've been waiting for season 2 of No Game No Life, and I've kind of given up on that by now. But we've kind of got enough patience to wait for things that might or might not come out at a certain time. Just by
they
already having
it's
experience.
Like, it was like a year and a
Attack on
half,
Titan,
wasn't it?
They took a
Like,
damn time in season 2.
Yeah.
Wait.
It was a long time.
I mean, I thought they were gonna bless us all and not release more trash. But, you know, okay.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
season 3, season 3. It made season 2 necessary. If you watched, the build up was worth it.
I've already watched season 1 and 2.
Whack ass anime.
But yeah, I kind of just stopped after that. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just annoying because for the most part, anime fans are patient, but the very few that are the exception speak the loudest, unfortunately, when it comes to voicing their opinion.
100%. But yeah, anyone else want to add in some final comments?
Most of you guys have said what I had in mind, so not for me, anyway. Anyone else?
No, I think that's kind of my take on it. Yeah.
In regards to everything, or
maybe,
just like
maybe
music?
I could add on to what.
Go for it. Go for it.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go on, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with Kenneth. But my fear is that if they don't add on or start producing, then the overall fan base will die off. Like I feel like example, I think One Piece. I remember when it first came out, there was a hype, and then afterwards, I'm not sure if it's a long break, but there was a certain break, and then then the next season fell off because it wasn't it didn't fall off, but
One Punch.
Oh my gosh! Sorry.
Oh my god!
You said when it first came out, it came out 1998. You remember?
Sorry. Sorry. So, oh my gosh! Brain fart completely.
Oh yeah, it died off because they
and
took
also
a
same with
long
Berserk.
while to bring it back up, didn't
I
they?
think,
Yeah. I see where you're going here.
Yeah.
It's really bad. So sorry.
At the same time,
You keep going. Yeah.
No, it's cool. However, in terms of Berserk, I feel like they could make a comeback because of how long it's taken. And I feel like a lot of people have either experienced it as they were growing up, or or kind of born into it and found it on their own. And then because of that, I feel like if they do release it, they may have a high backing because of how how much hype could be behind it. That makes sense. It's kind of like a house or something. It's not house, like a car, for example. A car over time will decrease in value, but then the longer it's there for, the more the price would appreciate over time. So I mean, I feel like that may work with anime.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's my piece.
Okay, so anyone else? Any final thoughts before we start?
Nah, not for me. Not for me. I think I'm good.
Nothing I can think of.
Okay.
No life
Whoa. Okay.
Alright, leave it.
Wait,
leave it. That's it.
I've kind of actually my last thing is, to be fair, like obviously since anime's been delayed, the only thing that kind of like I understand it because we've just been talking about it, but the only thing that kind of worries me is this next season of anime looked really good. Okay, 5-4 season 2, ReZero, My Teen Romance comedy, Snafu, all that kind of stuff, but due to the current situation, it's looking a bit dire. Obviously, I hope everyone stays safe. But I'm just hoping that they have some of the anime backlog so that we have something to watch. But even if we don't, we still got to catch up on a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
For sure. Alright guys, and on that note,
That's really
an hour
long.
and 27 minutes. Holy fucking shit, each episode gets longer and longer. I think that's where we're going to be wrapping it up. A special thanks to Matt for coming on to this episode. We will be linking his socials down in the description if of course he allows us, and if we can find them in the big mess that is the internet's void. Apart from that, of course, make sure you check out Kenneth's socials, Toby's socials, also known as Lyrical Legend. Clearly, Kenneth's socials are still lost in the fucking void since we can't get a hold of them. But definitely check out Lyrical Legend's channel down below if you want to listen to some Nightcore. And of course, Chriselle, she's pretty much a one-stop shop for anything to do with cosplay. My name's Hypernoodles. Thank you so much for listening. And we will see you in the next episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, and see you guys later.